Hey guys, so I'm going to try this again. I seem to have a thing going today with videos and people calling. So, because I tried to make this video earlier when it was still daylight outside, and my hubby called and surprised me. He got off and out of work an hour early, so he surprised me. But, okay. So, I'm working on my Disney mini album and thought I didn't know what I wanted to make for my next video, so I figured this would be it. So, it's so funny because I feel like I'm repeating myself, but I'm really not because you guys are hearing it for the first time, but I've said it like 3 times. Anywho, hopefully nobody calls me, mother. She's downstairs. She's so funny because she doesn't want to walk up the stairs to come talk to me, so she'll call me on her video phone when she's right downstairs. It cracks me up how technology has run to where, like, if my husband is in the next room playing his video game, he'll send me a text in the bedroom instead of getting up and come to talk to me. Anyways, I just think it's funny. So I took 8.5 by 11 paper. I'm doing everything in black, and then it'll be accented with all the pretty pattern papers that I have collected since I knew we were going to Disneyland. And I have 8.5 by 11. I just scored 1/2 inch on each side, which brought it down. So it's not going to be a mini. I refer to it as a mini album, but it's not mini. It's going to be huge. Scored it 1/2 inch on each side, which makes it 8.5 by 10. Cut papers down to 10, so I cut 1 inch off, and then that way that can sit right on top. And then I'll show you all my flips and flaps and all that other fun stuff. Because like I said, I really want this to be, I don't want any pockets in it except for the pocket that I'm creating here. I want it to just be all about my photos because we took, I think we got 750 pictures off the camera. Not that I plan to use all 750 because that's just crazy talk, but I have 750 that I can use off of just the camera alone. That doesn't include what I have on my phone, that doesn't include what hubby has on his phone, or what my mother-in-law has on her phone because she also went with us, and my sister-in-law who works for Disney who was there with us on our trip as well. So we all still have pictures that I still need to like collect and throw into this. But I wanted to get started, and I'm thinking this will be a good starting point at least. I'm doing 6 pages, and this part for me is always the hardest, and I don't know why, but it's always the hardest for me. So I put some score tape. I'm also going to put down some liquid glue because I know like the kids are going to handle it, and it's going to be a very well loved album. And it's still daytime, so my kids are still awake. It's only 8 o'clock right now. Well, 8:30-ish. So if you hear my kids screaming, they're okay. They're out there playing. Dad's out there supervising. So we're all good. Okay. And then this side. Nope, I hear somebody screaming at somebody for something. And it's so funny because I'm usually the one to play referee. Dad just lets them go. Usually because he can't hear what they're saying, and I can hear what they're saying, so. And I'm going to try to make sure this is straight, but I want to just lay this down. It's funny, earlier we got a surprise package from Miss Josie, and my mom called, like, right at the end of it, and I'm just looking at the phone going, really? Okay, and I don't know how many times I do this, but I never cut it right. So, I have a little lip here, so I'm just going to chop that off. Use the edge as my guide. I don't know if anybody else has that problem. But if I cut it at 9 7/8, it's too short. And if I cut it at 10, it's too big. And I don't even know how to even begin trying to figure out the whole 16th thing. So I just cut it at 10, and then when I put it, once I've got it placed down, I chop off the little strip here. I don't know if anybody else has that problem with measuring, but I do. Okay, so that little strip is gone. And that is our page. Now I'm going to take, I took 2 more sheets, 8.5 by 11, and I scored them at 9 7/8. And for those of you who don't know the 7/8 or the eighths thing, it took me forever to figure it out. It's the one notch right below the 10. So 9 7/8. So if you have a Martha Stewart scoreboard, like I do, it's this big guy, you'll see where your 6 is. You'll see the little line with the dot, which is a quarter, then your half, then the quarter. Well, there's little blue lines in between. Those are your 8ths. And yes, I actually had to watch a video to figure that out. Thank goodness for YouTube. So, alright, stick a little glue. This art glitter glue is just like, I don't know how I ever lived without it, and I'm kind of panicking because I have half a bottle left. And I know it sounds terrible, but I'm panicking because I only have half a bottle left. Kimmy spoiled me with it. Pour all that down, make sure it's good to go. And I usually try to do my bigger, these flaps first, just so, because I've done it before where I've accidentally put one flipping top way and then I flipped it over and somehow I got screwed up and then it ended up becoming a downward fold page. So I'm trying to avoid that. So if I get these 2 down first, I won't mess that up, I don't think. I haven't yet. I should probably knock on wood, because it'll be my luck that this will be the page that I screw up. Okay, double check before I stick it down. Whoops. And line it up corner to corner. Okay. And just burnish all that down, make sure everything's stuck down really good. Okay. And then, on top of that, I want this page. I cut, this one is at, I believe, 9.5. Yeah, 9.5, and then I scored half an inch. No, that's wrong. I scored a whole inch. Excuse me, because I knew that this is gonna, I don't really know if having it be half an inch to 1 inch is really gonna save it because it's, you know, being played with a lot, but I thought if I have a whole inch in there, it'll be a lot harder to pull it out versus half an inch, if that makes sense. Because knowing my kids, they'll pull and tug, and which is going to sound very odd that I say that because on my next page I only have half an inch, but that's because that's all I could allot for. And I'm going to stick that right in the center here, and I'm going to try not to go past my score lines, and I'm just going to tuck it in there. Okay, I'm going to flip this way so that way I don't screw it up. And this one is the, I cut this at 10 inches, well, again, 9 7/8, so it's just a hair shorter. And then because this is the 8.5, I only scored it at half an inch, so that way it's 8 inches. Because I didn't want to lose too much of this page, but I still wanted the flap. Which is why I said you guys are going to say, well, didn't you just say you wanted a whole inch? Yes, I did. But I want more of the page on this side. And I mitered my corners so it'd be nice and easy to slide right in there. And I want to scoot it all the way in before I press down. And voila. There we go. Okay. And then I already cut my mats that are going to go on the inside, which this is going to go this way. And this is going to slide in this way. And because I kept getting interrupted and, whoops, that was nice of me. You just threw that right in there. Now I'm never going to find it. Oh, maybe. Got it. Okay. Let's try that again, shall we? Okay. So, and like I said, because I was bored and wanted to keep going, I've already done all my other pages. So all these pages are done. I did them all the exact same way. They're all identical. I did 6 pages, and I have a feeling this is going to hold a ton of photos. You guys didn't want to see me put all this together anyway. It would have taken too long. It took me all day, pretty much. So, let's see. I want to go through and start decorating my pages. So let me grab my paper and start playing with that. Sorry for my shadow. I did have you guys on earlier when it was broad daylight, and I didn't have to worry about it. But, oh no, everyone and my own mother had to call me today. For, I don't even know why. Just felt the need to call me. Okay, oh geez. Let me pull this packet out. Okay, bought those a while ago, and then let me grab, oh goodness. Probably should have pulled this out first. Okay, and then I hauled this from Michael's. No, Walmart. I got both of these from Walmart. And of course they're upside down to you guys, but got those from Walmart. I got this one from Walmart, I do believe. This one I picked up a while ago on eBay. From, I honestly can't even remember where. And then I grabbed another pack from Hobby Lobby. Okay. Then I also have, because I don't want to forget, my Magicals collection from Close to My Heart, which I also plan on using in this album. Okay. I don't really plan on using too much from this. I think I want to use this as a more of a matting and filler paper, because it's paper. Like, it feels like copy paper. So, let's see what we've got here. I think I'm going to start with, see, I have the Simple Stories Say Cheese and Simple Stories Say Cheese 2. I was looking for another one of the Say Cheese, but I don't think Hobby Lobby carries it anymore, so I was really sad. Sorry for the crinkling, but I just want to see what all I have left in this collection, because I don't know what I have anymore. I'll just toss that, because I have a feeling it's all going to get used. These are, oh, these are the little cover sheets. Oh, I don't know, can you see they're acetate, but they have little decorations on them, so I will probably use these. Most definitely. Okay, so those are there. Actually, let me just go ahead and keep them in these little envelopes, because I won't need those until after. So, I thought maybe you guys might enjoy the rambling process of me doing a mini large album. These are a couple pieces that I have left. Might use some of those. Definitely will use stickers. Still have plenty of stickers left. I have, what is this? Oh, I have Flair. See, I forgot all about these. I bought some gold corrugated. Let's see here. I don't think I have too much left from this collection. I made Jason's dad and his wife a, I don't know, marker things, you know, what they use in the shows or in the movies or whatever. They use them on shows too, but you know, the take 1, take 2 type thing. I made them a album, and that's what I use this collection for. And I saved all these cards because I knew I was going to use them. And I'm glad that I did, because I will definitely use them here. And see, I was thinking I was going to make a 6x6 album. Yeah, way off. Just kidding, but I'm glad that I have these pieces. Okay. It's a very, very cute collection. I can use these for mats. Just trying to brainstorm all the inventory that I have. Mickey Mouse paper, and this is the, see, I don't need this anymore because the rest of this is going to get used up, I'm sure. Plenty of places to use it up. Okay, and this looks pretty similar to the first one, I want to say. Like, because I don't have the first one anymore, so I can't really remember what it looks like, but okay, these first couple of pages of cut-aparts, I don't need those. More cut-aparts. Oh, and I'm glad it's one-sided, I don't have to choose. On the other one, it's double-sided. So it was really hard because I had to choose which side I wanted to use. Okay, I see this paper. I'm going to pull this guy out. I want to pull out one of each because I would like to use one of each at least. So there's that guy. And keep in mind I have to make 2 of these. So I probably won't make my mother-in-law's as big. I don't think I will. Save that polka dot one. I like this polka dot one. Come on, little buddy. So, I hope you guys are all having a fantastic week and prepping for a very safe 4th of July. We are planning on going to my my husband's uncle's house, which is usually where we go for the holidays. I think in my last video that I tried to record anyway, and it stinks because I don't know how to edit, so I couldn't, like, edit it out and things like that. It was kind of bummy. I think I'm going to go back and get that other red polka dot one, yeah. But anyways, I was explaining to you guys my fantastic week from... I can't even begin to... Let's just... You guys will forgive me. I know you will. My week of hell. It started on Friday, not yesterday, but as in last week, and we went to the convention center to go watch my friend that I know from Vegas. Her and I used to work together, and they came out here because her daughter was in a volleyball tournament, and so we went to go visit because her daughter and my oldest are like besties. So we went to go visit and, you know, watch her daughter play in this tournament, and I mean, she's phenomenal. She's a phenomenal player. And, you know, we're having a good time, we're minding our own business, and one of the other moms, and we'll call her mom number 1. Mom number 1 was a mom from Vegas on our side, and mom number 2 was from another state, which I won't mention, because I know a lot of good people from there, just she's not one of them. Anywho, so we were, you know, hugging and, oh, I've missed you, and we haven't seen each other since my wedding, which was 2 years ago, yada, yada, yada. And, this lady comes over and goes, excuse me, is anybody sitting here? I think is what she said. And mom number 1 said, oh, I'm sorry, these seats are saved. And she goes, oh, really? I don't see anybody in them. She goes, well, that's because I'm saving them. I'm saving them for our friends here. They just got here. They're going to come sit down. And she goes, oh, whatever. And she turns around and leaves. And we thought, okay, end of that. Done. Right? Wrong. Way wrong. Oh my gosh, we were way off. Okay. So she comes back over not 2 seconds later and goes, is your daughter even playing right now? Because, mind you, there was like 150 girls playing. Or 150 teams playing. And it ranged from like age 5 to age 18, I think, or something crazy like that. But there were a ton of girls playing. So she's like, well, no, they're not right now, because if your team's not playing, because I don't know any of this, because my daughter's not in the tournaments as of yet, but she wants to get into volleyball, which is the reason why we took her down there, so she could see, you know, the hustle and bustle of what it's like to actually play for a team. And so she's like, no, our daughters are reffing, because when your child is not playing, your child is reffing the game that's being played. So she's like, oh, so your daughters are just reffing. And the mom number 1 goes, yes. Mom number 2 storms off. Think nothing of it, think it's over, leave it alone, right? No, she comes back and stands behind mom number 1, and little Scarlett is sitting right next to her. And she starts screaming and cheering as loud as she can, clapping in my daughter and mom number 1's ears, leaning over on purpose and screaming in mom number 1's ear. Now, mom number 1 said nothing. Said nothing. And looked at me and goes, I don't know what to do. I feel really bad. I said, you shouldn't feel bad. There's no need to feel bad. You didn't do anything wrong. And she's like, yeah, but, I'm like, yeah, but nothing. You didn't do anything wrong. There's no reason for you to feel bad. She's a bully. Let it go. She's like, okay, but I just, and I could see that it was just tearing her apart and she felt so guilty. And I was like, you have nothing to feel guilty about. Don't even worry about it. She's like, okay, she kind of felt better after I told her not to worry about it. So mom number 2, crazy lady, leaves. And we think, again, okay, that's the end of it. It's over. It's done. We're moving on. Tell me why this woman had to come back over and tell us that we were rude people and, that if our daughters are reffing, we should be polite enough to get off our ASSs and let the other moms sit down. And I just looked at her and I'm like, are you crazy right now? Like, seriously. And she's looking at me and she's like, do you have any idea how much effing money I paid to see my daughter play? And I said, you know what? I'm going to stop you right there. Because if you paid that amount, so did everyone else in this freaking building. Get off your high horse. Go with your other little friends and leave us the heck alone. We're not doing anything to you. So she gets all haughty-taughty and freaking leaves again. And sorry guys, right now I'm literally just ripping out pages that I might use. Anyways, she leaves again. Everything's fine. We're all good. Nobody's throwing a fit. No, everything's peachy. It's all good. A couple hours go by. My friend's daughter is now in the tournament. She's playing 2 games back to back. She plays her 2 games back to back. And it's dinner time. So we all go upstairs, go get something to eat, go chill, whatever, and think nothing of it. Just, go upstairs, handle our business. Now, mind you, when we got there, it was 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And my friend's daughter played her games at 4 and 4:30, and she had another game to play at 7 o'clock at night. So her game ends at 5:15-ish. We run upstairs, go get dinner, do our thing, don't bother nobody. We come back downstairs, and I kid you not, the last game that my friend's daughter has to play is against the team of the other mother number 2. So we didn't realize that until she showed up. So we're standing. We're not even sitting at this point. We're all standing. The kids are all antsy. They want to jump around and play and whatever, and we're just kind of minding our own business. And all of a sudden, here her and her little crew come over and start talking about how all the seats are saved. And that, boy, they really hope nobody wants to sit down because they're saving seats. So my buddy and I look at each other and go, are you effing kidding me? You must be joking right now. Like, it is so not that serious, and you guys are turning it into a flippin' fiasco. You're being ridiculous. So we didn't say anything. Her and I looked at each other, and we knew what the other one was thinking. So we just politely excused ourselves and moved to the other side of the court. My whole clan moved to the other side of the court. Didn't think anything of it. Let it go. Tell me why, when our game starts, half of the women for the other team decides to come over to where we are sitting. And they sit next to me. Now, at this point, I'm pretty, personally, and this is just me being biased because I'm me, I'm a pretty mild-tempered person. I would like to believe. Is it true? Probably not, but I would like to believe that I'm a pretty mild-tempered person. I will put up with a lot before I open my mouth and say something. And these women come over to our side and start talking about saved seats again. And I'm sitting back and I'm going, don't do it. Just shut up. Don't do it. Don't say nothing. Don't feed into it. Leave it be. And I don't say anything. I'm so mad again. I'm mad again. This was a week ago. I have to stop what I'm doing because I can't even remember my measurements right now. This woman gets up in my face and goes, if you had proper etiquette, you would understand that you are supposed to be sitting on the side of your team. And I looked at her and I said, maybe if you hadn't been such a bee from the beginning, I would have politely said, oh, okay, I'm sorry, I've never been to one of these. Thank you for letting me know, and I'll be on my merry way. But no, you and your whole little group of whatever you want to call yourselves have been nagging me since the minute I walked in the door. And I've had enough. Now, there were curse words flying at this point, and I'm trying to keep it G-rated here, but there were curse words flying. And I told her, I said, obviously, you're either in denial about being an idiot or you're aware about being an idiot and you just don't care. Because here's my problem. Your daughter is in the same group as my friend's daughter, which tells me she's approximately 15 years old. And in case you don't know your statistics, which obviously you don't, your daughter is in the highest peak of her life of having low self-esteem, having depression, and attempting to commit suicide. And, being bullied. Which is exactly what you are, and I refuse to let my children be surrounded by someone as ignorant as you. If that's how you want to raise your child, go the hell ahead. But you're not going to sit here and scream in my face and in front of my children and try to get all bullyish with me, because I won't put up with it. I'll put you in your spot, and I'll effing call you out on it. And she stopped dead in her tracks and looked at me and went, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And I went, you know what? Your apology doesn't mean crap to me right now. I am fuming, and if you really want to take this outside, I will be more than glad to, but I am not doing this here in front of my children. I'm not going to represent a bully. I refuse. And my children are going to see what you do to a bully. You squash it. You tell them that they're being a bully, you call them out on it, and you make it stop. She apologizes. The other two moms apologize. And, try to politely, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't know this was your very first tournament. Most of us are experienced here, yada, 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 but it's proper etiquette for you to move. And I go, had you said that the first effing time, we wouldn't be in the scenario that we're in right now. I go, the problem is that you don't know me or anything about me, and I am all sorts of crazy. Okay? So you need to get up out of my face. I accept your apology. Let's just squash it and watch the game. Because that's what we came for. We came here to watch the game and enjoy it. Y'all have been following us around since 3 o'clock this afternoon. It is now 7:30 at night in the middle of the game, and you're pissing me off. I'm done. Just stop talking. Squashed it. It was over. Took a sigh of relief. I said my piece. They said their piece. Squashed it. It was done. So tell me why the other mom... Okay, now mind you, these are 3 different moms. The other mom, who I call the ringleader, that's mom number 2, okay, in case you're still able to follow this story. Mom number 2 is sitting across the way from me, and she's staring me down. And I don't even care. I'm not even paying attention. I know she's sitting over there. I don't care. And if I start vaping, I apologize, because again, it irritates the crap out of me, people's ignorance. Like, who the crap do you think? It's seats, man. Seriously. There's 15 other seats right over there. Go sit over there. Why do you have to sit where I'm at? Like, really? Come on now. We're all adults here. Ringleader, which is mom number 2, turns her head, because she's sitting down. She turns her head and says something to the girl sitting next to her. That girl, woman, she's another mom, she stands up, walks her happy little waddling butt over to my side. Now, mind you, just to kind of give you a background, my buddy records all of her daughter's games. And the reason why is because her daughter is a freshman in high school and she's already being scouted by colleges. The problem is that I guess there's a law or a rule or something that doesn't allow the colleges to approach the student until they're in their junior year. So they have to approach mom. Which they did. They approached mom and said, look, we'll give you a website where you can put up all of her videos, and all the colleges know the site, so they can all go to her profile and check out her videos. So my buddy records every single game that Tia does, whether it's good, bad, win, lose, draw, doesn't matter. She records every single one because they're not really concerned about the win or lose. They're concerned about her form, how does she play, things like that. These schools, colleges, are talking about giving this girl a scholarship, and she's 15. That's phenomenal. This woman waddles her fat bien and walks over and stands with her big old beehive blonde hair in front of the camera. And my buddy walks around and stands next to her and goes, "Could you please move?" Just like that. "Could you please move?" The lady rears her head. You know how those people do that whole head whip thing? She whips her head and looks over at my friend and goes, "Why don't you effing move?" And my buddy had it. She's like, "Oh, hell no." She pushes her with her shoulder. Didn't touch her with her hands, just bumped her with her shoulder and said, "You need to move. I'm trying to record this, and I need you to move. So either you move, or I'm going to have the police make you move, because you're being ridiculous." This girl turns around and full force shoves my buddy in the chest. Oh, good Lord, I thought a fight was going to break out right then and there. I had Scarlet in my lap. Otherwise, I'd have stood up. My husband even reared his head and goes, "Are you effing serious right now? You must be joking." And she goes, "I don't even know why the F you guys are here," and blah, 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 blah. And I looked at her and I said, "I don't know what your problem is, but you're done. You have no idea on what side of ghetto biscuit you just stepped on. You have not a clue. You don't know me from Adam, but I fight dirty. And I haven't had that angry feeling of wanting to beat the snot out of somebody since I was in high school. We're talking 13 years ago, which I know for some isn't very long, but for me it feels like forever ago. I seriously was like, "Give me some clip-on earrings so I can put them on so I can rip them back off and throw them on the floor and be all dramatic." You know? Seriously. Well, I guess my buddy smelled alcohol on her breath, and that's a no-no when you're doing, tours with your children, per se. It's not a field trip. I don't know what you'd call it, but ends up calling the police. They end up bringing up the security. Security ends up escorting her out, telling her she's 86 from the property. She's not allowed to watch her children's games anymore. Even the coach from the other team came over and told all of her moms to move the F to the other side and just to leave us alone. It's 8:30, 8:45 at this point, and I'm just going, are you seriously? Really? I'm dumbfounded at just how rude people think they have the right to be. So that was my Friday. And then, what else happened? Hold on, I'm telling you, man, it was a rough week. Let me see here. So we went to see, went to go see them. Oh, then on Saturday, which it's Saturday, it wasn't a big deal. It was just kind of it was kind of sad. But we went to Jason's dad's retirement party. Come to find out, he's ready to retire. He's called it quits. He's done. But that was also the time that they chose to tell us that they might be moving to Montana. Now, if you guys remember 2 years ago, we had stated that we were moving out to Arizona for my husband's grandfather and for his dad in case they needed any help. We would be here. But I guess my husband's dad's wife has a son who lives in Montana. And he now has a son who I believe is 18 months old. So I think that his mom just kind of wants to be close to him, which I totally understand. But it's kind of a bummer, So that happened. Well, let's skip to Wednesday. Oh, bloody mother. Let's skip to Wednesday, shall we? I waited 29 days to see this hematologist. Oh, I'm sorry. I gotta vape. Y'all, be mad at me if you want. I'm sorry. So, I waited 29 days because I found out on the 1st that I needed to go see the hematologist. Ooh wee. You know what? I should just put this up as a rant video. Like, this is so not even a mini album right now. Just rant. I look it up on Google Maps where the address is. And because Google Maps likes to lie to me all the time, I looked it up 4 times to make sure I knew exactly where I was going, because it's a distance. Because where I live, there's like no doctors, like no specialists of any form. So I drive an hour and 20 minutes to get where I think I'm supposed to be, and I realize I'm lost. Now, I don't... Okay. Again, for any of you who may not know my backstory, I have PTSD when it comes to driving. I have nightmares about the car that hit me. I have, like, if I'm driving and a car gets too close to my rear end, I see that gold car right behind me, and it could be a neon pink Hummer. It's just, it's something that I have to fight, and I have, I face it, and I try to handle business. I call up the doctor's office and say, here are my cross streets. Where are you? Like, I'm so lost. And apparently, the lady I was talking to knew exactly where I was. Totally flips me around, gets me back on track, tells me to get off on yada yada street. So I flip back around and I get off. I'm back on a freeway. I'm having a heart attack. I'm back on the freeway. I'm almost in tears at this point. I get off the freeway and I take the left where she tells me to take the left. And she told me they'd be right there on my right-hand side. They're not there. I call my husband. Because my husband... How many of you have a walking GPS for a husband? Seriously. He is a walking GPS for the state of Arizona, Nevada, and California. Like, I could call him and be like, I'm on this street and this street. How do I get home? And he could be in California right now and go, oh, take a left here, go up 2 lights, and then take a right, and blah, 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 blah. And then you'll be at this street, and then make sure you don't miss the next light. Like, it's ridiculous how well his memory is when it comes to directions. I wish I had it. I can't even tell you where north is from where I'm sitting. So, call up my husband. I'm crying my eyes out. I'm lost. I can't breathe. Little Scarlett is in the car with me, which is so not good. I'm panicking even more now because I'm afraid even more so that I'm going to get into a car accident. And he whips right through it, tells me exactly where to go, which I knew he would. So, but he was at work, so I didn't want to call him. So, he gets me through it, and I pull into where I think the office is, and I see Children's Hospital, Children's Pediatric, and then a huge parking garage. And I'm driving around, and I see addresses 1450 and 1400. I need 1437. There is no 1437. I can't find it anywhere. And when I look at my Google Maps, it tells me I'm in the wrong spot. So I'm not even going to listen to Google Maps anymore. So I call the office back, and I go, I think I'm in the general area, but I don't know where I am, and I'm about to lose my mind. Now, I left my house at 10:45 in the morning. I showed up at their office at 12:45. 12:45. Mind you, I've been on the phone with them on and off because I had a brain fart. I don't know if anybody else has ever done that. I had a total and complete brain fart where I thought my appointment was at noon, but it was actually at 11. And I even looked at my paper and in my planner, and they both said 11, and I read it as noon. So I left my house at 10:45, which is 15 minutes before my appointment, and the doctor's office is an hour and 15 minutes away. So I called them when the light bulb went off as soon as I got in the car and went, oh crap, I'm so going to be late. Called them and let them know, hey, I'm running a little late. I totally brain farted. I don't even know. Oh yeah, no worries, no worries. Do you have your patient packet with you? Yes, I have my patient packet with me. Perfect, that's all we need. That's the only reason why we ask you to come half an hour early. Awesome. So, this is 8.5. I want an 8 1/4. So, cool beans there. They know I'm running late. No big deal. Right? Right. Back to driving around in this parking lot. I'm driving around in a stinking parking lot. Can't freaking find them. I have no idea where they're at. She goes, oh, do you see the parking garage? Park in there. That's where we are. Hold up. You're located in a parking garage? Well, kind of. You park in the garage and then you walk across the way and you'll see us. All right. Never heard that one before, but if that's what you say, I will follow the rules and I'll do what I need to do. And I did it. I followed her rules. She told me to go into the parking garage. I went into the parking garage. No big deal. All good. I show up in the door at 12:35 at this point. No, 12:45, I'm sorry. Show up at the door at 12:45. She goes, do you have your new patient packet? Yes, I do. Here it is. I hand her all of my information. Oh, I'm sorry. The doctor that you wanted to see today left at 12:15. She left to go do her rounds at the hospital. She won't be back until tomorrow. So why, when I was on the phone with you getting directions, you didn't just tell me that? Because when I first walked in the door, she looks at me and goes, oh, honey, the doctor won't see you. And I go, what do you mean the doctor won't see me? Well, the doctor put you down as a no-call, no-show. Excuse me. But I've been on the phone with y'all since 10:45 this morning. I called y'all at 11:25 to let you know that I was lost. Somebody, apparently at the other location, which I found out when I was there, I called somebody at another location apparently, and they zipped me closer to their location, which was about 10 miles out of the way. Excuse me. So I drove, here's where the location was. I drove past them, not realizing that was them, because my Google Maps said I needed to go up one light and then turn right, or turn left, and then it'd be on my right-hand side. Lie. I drove past them, I went 5 miles out of the way this way. Homegirl over here who I called loops me around this way 10 miles, and then I find out wrong doctor's office. My husband loops me and takes me back to the hospital that I've already passed. Follow me so far? Okay. I go, so when I was on the phone asking for directions, I was speaking to so-and-so. Oh, she's at the other office. Oh, well, that's nice, because I told her which office I needed to go to. I told her which doctor I was going to see. It would have been good to know that I was talking to the wrong person. So, what do I do now? The lady goes, I'm sorry, but if you're a new patient and you're a no-call, no-show, the doctor won't see you. Like, the doctor has the right to refuse service. I waited 29 days, y'all, to see this person. I looked at that lady and I leaned over the counter really nicely and I said, I'm going to be as nice as possible as I can because I've about lost my patience. Number one, I don't do doctors. I don't like them. I just don't. And number two, I'm not a no-call, no-show. It's not my fault that I was talking to someone who I told which doctor and what location I needed to get to, and she either misunderstood and thought I was coming to her office, or didn't realize that she, out of habit, was giving me directions to her place instead of yours. I'm not a no-call, no-show, and I refuse to be, so y'all need to fix that. This other older lady comes up behind her and goes, oh, sweetheart, don't worry. We'll put you in as a reschedule so that way the doctor knows, it's not your fault you got lost. And I wanted to look at her and go, please don't act like you're doing me favors. Because you're really stressing me out right now, and that's really not a favor to me. And I don't have my Xanax to make me smile. I got in my car, put little Scarlett in. Scarlett looks at me. Now, you know it's bad when your little 6-year-old daughter, we're standing in the office, and when that lady looked at me and said, I'm sorry, but the doctor has left the building for today, my 6-year-old even popped off and goes, Mommy, your doctor's not here? And I said, nope, looks like she's out of the building for the day. She goes, how come they didn't tell you when you were on the phone? What do you say to that? I didn't even know how to respond to my own child because she's right. I was on the phone with them for 20 minutes trying to get directions to get back to their office. It's not my fault I got redirected to the wrong office. I just completely dumbfounded. Completely dumbfounded. And then Friday, yesterday, homegirl who made my schedule, or made my appointment, and I played phone tag all day yesterday. She's called me 3 times. I called her 3 times. Neither one of us could get a hold of each other. I don't even know what to make of it anymore. Like, I'm so grr with everything right now. Like, I don't even know. Sorry, guys, I have to grab more adhesive. Grab myself a new roll here. So, when my 6-year-old can get it, I don't understand why these grown women working in the office couldn't get it. They couldn't understand why I was upset. They just couldn't figure it out. I drive an hour and a half to get home. And I literally fell on the floor in my bedroom and just cried. Just cried. My poor husband came home and found me on the floor and was like, oh my gosh, what happened? And I had to tell him, I was like, I couldn't be seen by her. She wasn't there. She left. And my husband was so mad. He's like, you were on the phone with them? And I was like, yeah, babe, I was on the phone with them at 12:15 trying to get directions to come back. It was just before I called you to figure out where the heck I was at. I wasted almost a half a tank just to drive out there and back. Like, it was 88 miles. 88 miles. For a doctor that I didn't even get to see. Who they told me wouldn't even see me. Like, that's what made me irate. I was like, oh no. No, you've done lost your mind if you think you're going to put me down as a no-call, no-show. Because I've been calling you this entire flipping time I've called you. Called you. And I've talked to someone. So you're not putting me down as a no-call, no-show. I ended up having to take an entire Xanax and just curl up in a ball and be done for the day. I was exhausted. I told my husband, I said, that's it. You're going to have to quit your job and you're going to have to tell people that you're my caretaker because I can't handle this. I just can't. And my husband's like, I know. I totally should. I should quit my job and tell them it's because I'm my old woman's caretaker. Now, mind you, he's almost 9 years older than me. So that's the funniest part about all of it, is that I'm his old woman because I'm more broken than he is. It's just ridiculous, man. This whole week, I was like, man, this week needs to flip an end, and it needs to end now. Like, I'm done with it. Done. I hope you guys enjoyed that story. I had a lot of fun sharing it. And it's over now, so I don't have to worry about it ever again. Oh, it was terrible. Goodness me. Okay, now this is 8, just shy of 8.5. Let me double check my measurements here, because after all that ranting, I'm like sweating bullets, man. Sweating bullets. Okay, it's about 1/8, 3/8, so about 1 3/8. So I'm going to cut it at 8 and 1/8, I believe. 8 and 1/8, and this should be 8 1/4. So this way, 8 and 1/8, going this way. Oh, y'all got a story for the week, I'll tell ya. And 8 1/4 this way. Bet y'all never thought you were going to hear a rant like that coming from little old me, did you? I didn't either. Man, this week was crap in a basket. I cut that a little too small, but that's alright. It's all good. I probably should go through and cut all my sheets, which I probably will, but I just wanted to start. Man, I don't even know what got me started on this whole rant thing. I think I'm going to decorate this one page, and I'll cut it there, and then I will... What did I do with my ruler? Oh, jeez Louise, lady. I'm telling you, all my eggs are not in a basket right now. They're flopping all over the place. I think I'll go through and cut down all of my pages, and then I'll come back and put them all together with you. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to glue this one down, I'm going to call it quits, and then I'll go through and cut out all my pages and come back. Oh, I don't know why I did that. I didn't pull up my little sticky things. Duh. Just kidding. Oh, it feels so good to get all that off my chest and share it with you guys. I'm sure some of you will get a kick out of it and laugh at me. Somebody's got to laugh somewhere. I had two options, laugh or cry, this whole week, so I've been laughing my butt off. Okay. Alright, I'm going to call it quits there. I only got 2 pages down. I did a lot more talking and ranting than I thought I would. So, let me upload this one, and while this one's uploading, I will be over on the side cutting up papers and getting the rest of it laid out. That way all I gotta do is stick them down while I chit-chat. Now I don't know what the heck I'm gonna talk to y'all about. Jeez. Alright. Anywho, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Love y'all, and I'll see you soon. Bye.